Hi, and welcome back to Archicad Basic Training. And in this episode, we're going to continue talking about placing saved views. And so let's get started. So if you've created multiple different drawings, and so say if I had all these drawings, and I got to a point where I was ready to print like a check set or something like that, I could go and open up my organizer, which can be found over here. So you can say show, you can go this way and say show organizer. I actually have a shortcut that I use to get to this because even though the navigator is pretty informative, this is a lot more useful, especially for laying out multiple different drawings on sheets. So I can go over here to my drawings, and I can, so let's look at this. So I can take all these drawings and I can just drag them over and place them, and it automatically is going to number them based on the numbering convention that I've set up, whether it's automatic or if it's something I have to fill in. It's automatically going to pick up those settings and place them there. It's also going to name them based on whatever naming convention I was using over here to place them. And actually, yeah, no. So I was showing you. I actually modified that. That wasn't really what I wanted to do. So let's just move this down here. In that technique, I just moved the layouts from one location to another, which is also helpful. But what I wanted to do is actually go this way. And so I'm in the view map, and on the left-hand pane of my organizer and on the right-hand pane, I have my layout book laid out. So from here, I can select my saved views, and I can drop them. Let's just drop them into the demolition plan. And since this already has a numbering, a layout numbering sequence associated with it, it's going to number them and label the drawings based on these naming conventions just because I dragged and dropped. And if you go double click on those drawings, you can see that it's placed a drawing in some location on all of these sheets. And I can just move and adjust, and then the naming convention and numbering is all automatic based on the settings that I've associated with it. So even within this layout book, I can manipulate the naming convention or the numbering convention. So if I want to use a different prefix, so AD, oh yeah, AD1, maybe I want it just to be D1. You can see this is what it's potentially going to number it as. So you can see here, AD1 used to be here. Now if I have D1, or we can just make it demo 1 just to be clear. That's what the numbering is going to look like. So let's just keep it at D and 1. But say if you don't like to start at 1 and you want to start at so this is starting at 100. So if I add a prefix here, now it's going to go 1.01. Or if I add a 0 here, it's going to go 1.001. Or if I start at 0, it's going to start at 0. And you can go on and on from here. And I like to, when I'm before I get started, I like to adjust this so that it is automatically numbering things the way I want it to number, so that I can easily create sheets like this where I just drop them in here and it's numbering them automatically based on the rules that I've set up. So there are a lot of possibilities in how you name your project, and also how you organize your project as well, the folder structure, what you're showing, because you might have different phases, like a schematic design phase, drawing set, and I actually do my layouts a little bit different. I actually create a folder, so we'll create a subset, and then what I'll do is I'll have all of my drawings in that subset. So say for instance I have schematic design, so SD, and then I would name this like SD as well, or I'd probably so I'd have something like this, and then within that I'd have a breakdown of the different drawings. And once I got my numbering correct in one of these files, and then I would just copy it. I would just copy it like that, and then I would just call the next one DD, design development, and so on and so forth. Oops, I dropped it in there. So again, this is one of the beauties of Archicad, is that this is really easy to set up. It is very dynamic. It is very robust. But once you get it set up for your projects, you can very quickly design projects that are automatically numbering and laying them out based on your Office standards. So that is kind of in a nutshell placing drawings onto your layout. And we'll go into more depth about different features within this specific exercise in later lessons. Thanks for joining me.